Yo, y'all know what it is, y'all know what it ain't, man. Look, my boy right here need no introductions. I love what you're doing for the community. I got some questions I want to get into, man, because everything you're doing is positive, no negative shit, and that's what I want to cover, because it ain't enough of that being touched on. But for the people who don't know who you is, bro, go ahead and let the camera know.
Man, it's your boy, Love City Dre. Yeah, you know, representing the Love City organization, program, whatever you want to call it. Just our brand, Love City. We're a videographer, filmmaker. We shoot music videos. We do photo shoots. We do everything, bro.
Everything. And I got to say this too, bro. I've been seeing your merchandise everywhere. Before I heard of your name and I got a chance to sit down and actually see everything you got going on, I've been seeing the hoodies. I've been seeing the t-shirts, I've been seeing all that. And before I knew it was you, I was getting confused with No Love City out west. I mean out south, excuse me. They gonna fuck me up in the comments. They hate that. But on a serious note, man, are you from out west or the south side?
No, I'm from out west, man. So basically, I've been raised out west my whole life. 18th Street, I'm from like the Douglas Park area, 18th in California. Lower west side, like Pilsen area, Humboldt Park. I've been everywhere out west my whole life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure, most definitely.
Yeah. And as far as like the merch goes, that's our brand. You know, I had pressed up some hoodies a few years back just so when I'm working, you know, people see like who's working. And I printed up some hoodies and I posted them on Instagram, and next thing you know, I'm getting flooded.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how much you want for the hoodie? Like, what you selling them for? And I'm like, damn, like you pay for this shit? Like, I'm like, let me go print some up. And it got so crazy where I was just doing hand-to-hand delivery. And I was selling so many hoodies out my trunk that it was taking away from my time from shooting. So I had to like kind of like slow down a little bit. But I knew I had something, like I gotta come back to this. And I gotta figure out, I wanna do this shit how it's supposed to be done. So we tapped in with a local brand, Chicago brand called Juggernaut. Juggernaut got a store downtown, you know, everybody don't wear that Juggernaut shit, like Beyonce wore that shit, Jay-Z, Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper was like, they pushed Chance the Rapper at the beginning hard when he first came out.
That's when I first heard of them. Chance the Rapper, that was huge.
I'm gonna check him out.
High school.
Yeah, so I got a mutual friend with one of the founders of Juggernaut. So I reached out to him, I'm like, hey, you think he can come and teach us how to like start your own brand? Because I also seen like the youngsters that I deal with, a lot of them like wanted to start their own brand, but they was already trying to like press their own stuff up. But I know it's more than just pressing up stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let's tap in with somebody that does this shit for a living. He can teach us how to do this shit. So he came and he laid it out for us, like what it means to start a brand, what a logo means, like how you gotta have connection with your projected like customers. Like it gotta be some connection to you besides just a shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It made us understand all of that. And once we did that, part of the program was the youngsters help us design the hoodies. And he talked about like different types of quality, different prices, how you got like the budget, and then you got the high-end shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So we kind of like in the middle. You know, we don't got the budget shit, we don't got the super expensive shit, but we in the middle. So our hoodies right now, like, they $75, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that ain't bad.
So that ain't too bad, that ain't super cheap, but we ain't hitting you over the head either.
Exactly.
And it's super in its quality, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. They see the quality. I thought this was Nike. That's why I had to ask you about it. I thought this was some Nike shit going on. This the love, hey, this the merch right here, man. But going back to what you were saying about being from the Douglas area, bro, I'm from West Side too. Yeah, I ain't too far from around the corner from where we at right now. And, but I ain't really kicked it in that area, in the Douglas area, but just besides passing through, probably some females and shit like that. How was it growing up over there?
You know, it's crazy because like the block that I'm from, so you know, Chicago a really segregated city.
Yeah.
Like you got straight up black neighborhoods and straight up Latino neighborhoods. But there's a few pockets of the city where it's like mixed.
Yeah.
So, you know, the block I grew up on, it's kind of like where Pilsen and North Lawndale meet.
Gotcha.
You know, it's technically North Lawndale, but it's like the last block of North Lawndale before you get into Pilsen.
What block is that? You know what I mean?
18th in California.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. I'm familiar with that coming from the county.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Right down, everybody know, like right down the street from the county.
Yeah.
So right behind Mount Sinai, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's us. So it was mixed, and I loved it, bro. I loved it because, you know, I got to like learn more of the West Side culture. The West Side culture get to learn about more like the Latino culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was all love, bro. And that's kind of like, I didn't realize how unique that was till I started going to different neighborhoods, and it's like I'll be around people that never been around any Latinos. Obviously, you see them like moving around the city, but like you never really sat down and talked to them before.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
So that's why it was. I think I love growing up over there. You know?
Right way. And I gotta say this too, man, because now that I know exactly where you from, you always, everybody know this. When you leave in the county, do not walk through that area because you will get fucked up. Was it really that bad coming through that area, coming up in that time?
So we like, I grew up in the 90s, bro. So, you know, obviously the violence is still an issue here in the city. Like the murder rate and everything, still fucked up. But when I grew up in the 90s, none of this shit's brand new, bro. And that's what I be telling these youngsters, like, everything that y'all got going on, it ain't new, bro. It ain't brand new. It's just, it just look different. The music different, the clothes different. But what's going on, like, people still dying out here. People still out here trying to get money. People still trying to make it. If you look at the murder rate in the 90s, bro, like, it was 700-800 murders every year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was with just revolvers and like 10-shot 380s, you know what I'm saying?
I was just looking at an old throwback picture.
So I could just imagine, bro. I thank God we ain't had switches and shit back then, you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Like, it would have been ugly.
As fuck.
So, I mean, it was rough, bro. To answer your question, it was rough. You kind of had to be on point all the time. You kind of had to be aware of your surroundings. Same shit. So, shit that still stick with me to this day. Even though I'm not involved in the streets no more. Like you see, we trying to do some positive shit. But, you know, once you grow up that way, that shit just don't leave you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Then that was my next question. Because like every time when I look into your name and just checking out everything you had going on, I see so much positivity. It led me to that question. Was this something you was always on since adolescence, or did you end up falling into that negative shit you trying to teach the youth about?
Yeah, I ran the streets, bro. Like I was over there in the area as Latin folk, as SDs over there, you know what I'm saying? But even, it was just something like that was part of the neighborhood. But even when I was in the street shit, I wasn't just like random violence type of shit. You know, only reason I would have to go do something like that is like you had to hurt something that hurt somebody I care about, or I gotta like, I'm just defending myself type shit. But I was never like on no predator shit. Like to me it didn't make sense. Yeah. Just cause you opposition and I see you, I want to kill you. Like that shit never made sense to me. Like I don't even know you, bro. Like you ain't even done nothing to me. Yeah. And when they used to see me and go crazy, like they trying to kill, I'm like, bro, like you don't even know me. You know what I'm saying? I get it's just with this how the city is built or whatever, but I was never into that. I ended up going to the feds for 10 years. I came home 7 years ago now, 2016. So I definitely knew like I didn't want to be part of the streets no more, especially like ain't no more structure, ain't no more loyalty, like I just didn't want no parts of it. And you know, that's my son right there. So when I came home, you know, he was like 12 years old, about to be a teenager. Yeah. So I definitely didn't want him kind of like following in my footsteps. Right. So I ended up getting a job with this violence prevention nonprofit where like I'm trying to connect with the shorties on the block and trying to keep them out of trouble. Trying to get them back in school, trying to get them jobs, whatever they trying to do that was on some positive shit. I'm trying to help that, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. But I'm also knowing like these shorties just don't want to do like regular programs. So I started seeing, bro, like how they was into the phone. When I left, it wasn't no smartphones. You know what I'm saying? So when I came home, it's YouTube videos, and I was like, what the fuck?
A whole bunch of shit.
Like, man, you mean we could shoot a video on this phone and put it out on YouTube?
Whole music video,
like,
even
why we ain't working? Let's get to work. Like, let's do something. And that's how I started shooting like the music videos.
Right way.
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad you just spoke on that, man. Everything you said, raw as hell, man. Cause what you're doing right now is actually what helped me when I was a shorty. I was in the youth program on 26th of Pulaski called Central State Search. And everything you do, you familiar with them?
Yeah, the workforce development place.
Changed my life, man. They're the reason I got the job I got now, and even the reason why I'm doing YouTube, because of that program. And I always felt like shorties need that push, that little push of that guidance. Everyone might not listen, but some of them might catch on, like, let me see what this camera about. But I gotta ask you this too, because speaking about the youth, a lot of things that me and others talk about is sometimes it's a dysfunctional family that's leading people to the streets. But some people just really kind of want to do it because that's just their environment. The household might be cool, they getting fed 3 meals a day, whatever, but when they come outside, this is just what they see. Which one could you say was true about you?
So I'm first generation. I'm the only person from my generation of my family that was born in Chicago. Everybody else my family came from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So I was in the streets and my parents didn't have a clue what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could have told them anything.
Exactly.
Like, I ain't doing nothing bad. I'm out here playing basketball or something. They don't know. You know, so now it's different.
Yeah.
He can't tell me that. He can't just tell me. He can't just tell me anything. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what's going on out here, and I'm in tune with the shorties that's out here doing on some bullshit right now. Trying to work with them. So now I can ask them like, "Hey, you see my son around here?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and they letting me know. Nah, he don't be over here or whatever. But I think with me it was just I had too much freedom. And you already know, bro. These streets, they the allure of the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like enticing to you. This shit look exciting to you. Like it feel like it's a bunch of like opportunity and possibilities out here, and you just gravitate towards that shit.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, when we doing our program, in my mind, I was like, we got to compete with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need the way they feeling about the streets. We need to do shit here in Love City where they feeling like that about the program. Like they want to be here instead of over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, that's who we in competition with.
Most definitely.
They love the streets. We need to do shit over here so they can love what we doing more than that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the only way we can really make like an impact.
Yeah.
Where like where they seeing that just because you're not in the street shit, like it could still be like exciting, it could still be interesting, it could still be life changing for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for a fact. For a fact.
But you know, and this ain't the case for everybody, bro. But once you get to knowing like individuals, like these shorties as on an individual basis, you start seeing like a lot of similarities. And bro, when I'm telling you, the shorties that have men in their life, a father figure is a big difference, bro.
Yeah.
Even the ones that are in the streets, they carry themselves a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? They carry themselves like a little bit more respectful.
Yeah.
And the ones that didn't have that structure at the crib, like they just wild, bro. And then you got to figure out a way to where like you connecting with them. And sometimes you kind of end up being that for them without even knowing. Next thing you know, they looking at you for some type of structure, some type of like direction in their life, and that shit feels crazy because it's like, oh shit, that's they coming to me for advice, and I don't want to give them the wrong advice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't take that lightly, bro. And that's why I think about how I be moving out here. I see how they watching how I'm moving. I can't be telling them can't be on this, and then they see me doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like, what you see is what you get with me, bro. I'm real conscious about like what I say and what I do.
Right way. Man, I heard you mention basketball earlier. I know the streets is a major part of in the city, but we also got some people who can play ball, man. Who can play different types of sports. Was that something you was interested in?
So the basketball court on 18th and Douglas is legendary, bro. It done been a lot of talent go through there. You know what I'm saying?
Like who?
So you know, you got everybody that goes to Farragut, Collins, Marshall, Crane. They used to come on the weekends and just like ball. Just on some pickup games.
Damn.
Type shit.
I ain't know that.
You know, like Will Bynum, Ronnie Fields, Kevin Garnett, like.
That was a duo. That was that duo. I still watch their videos.
So I love basketball. I just didn't have the talent for it. And when the real hoopers came, like I had to get off the court. You know what I'm saying?
Same here.
But it was cool though, cause I like watching them. Like I like watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like when they get tired, when they get done, I get back up there and start pretending I can do what they do.
Exactly.
But it's all good though. But yeah, I think basketball's definitely another outlet. We just partnered with the Salvation Army over in West Humboldt Park on Chicago Avenue.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They let us use the gym once a week, so we're doing an open gym now and for the hoopers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They come through for like 2.5 hours and just come hoop. You know, we taking pictures and videos of them, so they love that. Because, you know, anything you do now, bro, you got to include
social media
somehow, bro. Like, and that's kind of what will make them like rock with it.
And that's for the shorties?
It's really open. Yeah, it's really open.
What days you doing that? In case anybody...
Saturdays from 1 to 3:30 p.m., 825 North Christiana. And it's crazy because that's like the same building that got the halfway house for the feds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do.
That's where I was at when I came home for 6 months. So it's crazy, but it's two sides of the building.
Yeah.
It's the federal side on that side, and then it's like the Salvation Army on this side. So, and it's crazy because I was like, man, I never came to this side before the whole 6 months I was there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know they had a gym over here. But they got a nice, you know, big ass gym, official gym. They got bleachers, shot clock, everything.
That's raw, man. I'm glad you were able to do that for the youth. But speaking on this Fed case, man, because I want to ask about this. Before we get into that, man, like you said, when you was a shorty, you went the wrong way. How long did you feel? I feel like, you know, because people fall and bump their heads a bunch of times. Was it different times where you feel like you had opportunities to leave that shit alone, but you just kept going back, getting your hand burnt by the stove?
For sure, yeah, definitely. And especially, like, we was getting money, bro, so I had lawyer money, you know, and I beat a lot of state cases.
You need that. People don't be having lawyer money.
So I be telling these dudes on the street, like, you need to have lawyer money and you need to have bond money if you're going to be out here. Because if not, it's going to get ugly for you.
Real
ugly. You know what I'm saying? So I was smart enough to, like, know to always keep that. So, like, I've been to the county, like, 6 times in my life. I never made it up to the deck. I had my people there at court, bond money ready, you know what I'm saying?
Right way, yeah.
So, again, that's not the case for everybody.
Sure.
So I always thought, like, I'm just selling drugs, bro. Like, as long as I don't kill nobody, I'm cool. Until the feds came. And the drug laws and the conspiracy laws. And now, you know, they talking about giving me 25 years for a fucking phone call. You know, I ain't get caught with nothing. It's just he say, she say, they got caught with some shit, and then they call me. It was my work, but it was, you know, they were the ones being watched or whatever. They got them on a wiretap calling me like, hey, Dre, I'm finna go drop this money off.
Damn.
So now that brought me into the conspiracy. That's all they needed, you know what I'm saying?
That's all they need.
And then they knew who I was around, so once they actually grabbed me, they pressing me to start telling. And it's just like, I can't do it. I can't. And it was people around me that was like, man, fuck them dudes, bro. Like, get home, do what you gotta do. And I was like, nah, bro. Like, I couldn't live with, I couldn't look myself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Knowing I did that, and people don't understand. Like, they thinking I'm doing it to protect the other people, and I'm like, I'm not doing it for them, bro. I'm doing it for me, because I went, I did my time, came home, and I'm good, bro. I don't got no beef with nobody. You know, I never stole from nobody. I never, you know what I'm saying, told on nobody. And it feels good right now. Like, feels like I made it through that. And I'm on the other side now, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I really got real freedom now. Sure. I ain't beefing with nobody in the streets. I go to everybody's neighborhood. We try to show love to everybody. We not affiliated with no neighborhood or nothing. We for the whole city, man.
Right.
Every race, every age, like, we out here just to show love, because we know how fucked up it is to grow up in this city. It's rough out here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely, man. And there's some questions I want to ask you too about some shit that's going on in the culture. But with all this federale shit that's going on, man, do you mind speaking on what exactly the type of Fed case you caught? Do you mind being a little open about it?
I caught a drug conspiracy case. You know, that I got convicted for heroin and cocaine. You know what I'm saying? So we was dealing back then. We was like fucking with like the cartel shit, and like I said, they was just watching us for a long time, and somebody in our circle finally like slipped up, and they was able to drag me in. They wanted more people around me, but like I was the only one on that phone call, and I was like the key for them to grab more people.
Exactly.
But it's like it stopped with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm gonna just stand on mine. I'm gonna take mine, and y'all go do what y'all got to do to go catch them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But everybody's not like that, bro. And I got to see it even in jail. I was like, how this dude told and he walking around and ain't nothing happened. So it's just like, oh yeah, it's over with. The street's over with, bro. Like, I'm gonna go when I get home, I'm getting a job. You know what I'm saying?
How old was you?
I was 28.
When you went in?
Yep. And I was 38 when I came home. Yep.
Damn, man.
Yep.
And you that was around the time when they was getting a bond. Whenever, like you said, you barely went to you'd never been on the deck. What you think about the shit that's going on right now with Chicago taking the bond?
Man, it's fucked up. It's fucked up because basically if they deem you to be a threat to public safety, they just gonna hold you. No matter how much money you got.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Before, like, if you had the money for the bond, you can bond out sometime on a murder case. You know what I'm saying? And now that shit's over with. And I get what they was trying to do. Like, it's a lot of like dope fiends and hypes into that. they in there because they ain't got $200 to bond out. I get that part. But now it's like, for the dudes that might just be out here with a pipe on them to protect themselves,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And they get locked up and the judge feel like, nah, you know, like you're a threat to the public, you're just gonna have to sit here.
Exactly.
And then what happens when you sit there for so long is like, you sit in the county, the first deal that they bring you, you're just trying to get up out of there. Like,
exactly, yeah.
You're gonna sign whatever, and now you got a felony conviction, and you come home, you might come home in 18 months or whatever, but the next time they catch you, now you're a convicted felon, now it's ugly for you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's almost like a setup, bro. That's why my best advice is just stay all the way out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now, like, you can carry a gun legally.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, if you ain't got no convictions, I get it, bro. I get why you want to have a gun on you, like, cause you scared, bro, for real. Like, people don't want to die, so they thinking like the gun gonna protect them, and sometimes it might.
Right. 50-50.
50-50. But I was like, you can legally go and get your shit so you can have it on you, and you don't have to go to jail. Like, why, ain't, bro? If that shit was around when I was your age, I would have went and got my shit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I understand. Like, there's ways for you to still protect yourself and not put yourself in the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once you in their system, bro, it's hard as fuck to like for them to let you go, like really let you go.
Most
no
definitely.
probation, no parole, none. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly, man. So yeah, you're right though, man. It sounds like it's gonna do more damage than good to certain individuals.
Mm-hmm.
But when the federal joint, if you don't mind me speaking on, man, I just actually stumbled across that motherfucker a few years ago. That's the building that's on Van Buren, right?
Yeah, the MCC, yep.
A lot of people don't even know about it.
Yeah,
I drive past it.
R. Kelly.
Yeah, and that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you about, man. It was R. Kelly and the lady who invented the Orange is New Black, you know, the show on
Yeah,
Netflix. She was
yeah,
in there.
yeah.
It was a lot of people actually, man. So if you don't mind, do you mind speaking on like how was your time in there?
So when I was fighting my case, you ever see the movie about the mob Casino?
Yeah, love that movie.
So Casino was about the Chicago mob.
Exactly, yep, that outfit.
So when they got locked up, they was going to court the same time I was going to court.
Damn.
And the dude that got booked for the 13 bodies,
Tony Spilotro.
no, Calabrese.
Yeah,
Frank
yeah.
Calabrese.
His son ended up snitching or something.
Yeah. Well, me and Frank Calabrese, we had the same lawyer.
Damn.
You know, so when we used to have court on the same day, and they used to bring us in the same bullpen because the same lawyer gonna need to talk to both his clients, even though it's different cases.
Yeah.
So and it's crazy because I remember sitting in the bullpen with him, bro, and it's crazy because dude seemed like real humble, and at the time, like, he was speaking like on just spirituality, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just like God and heaven and shit like that. And I'm just looking like, damn, this motherfucker killed 13, 14 people, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
That they found out about.
Yeah, so, but he was smooth though, and he was an old dude, but he still like had some size to him, like he ready to go type shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that shit was a trip because I'm like, damn, these the motherfuckers from the movie, you know, like these the real people from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but other than that, once I got to, it sent me all the way to West Virginia. That was a whole new experience because you locked up with people from all over the country. And it's crazy how, you know, it might have been like 60 dudes from Chicago on the compound. Everything else was like East Coast, DC, Baltimore, Maryland, New York. And everybody like rolling packs.
Okay.
Kind of like by states.
Yeah.
It ain't really like gangs. It's like the New York car, the Maryland car, whatever, the down south car. We was Chicago. And we all had to like stick together.
Right way. It didn't matter what you was, gang,
The fin
race.
balls, the folks, Lank Kings, Lank folks, GDs, BDs, Vice Lords.
That's wrong.
It's like we had to come together, bro. And we was probably like the smallest car, but nobody fucked with us because we know how to carry ourselves. Like this shit ain't new to us. A lot of that gang shit was new to them dudes in jail. Like there was no structure where they came from. And again, like we got raised in the 90s. It was,
just back then.
It was structured. Everything was like, we on point. There's assignments, like, you know what I'm saying? Like responsibilities for each other. Like, so we was just different, bro. Like, we wasn't going around acting like clowns, bro. We just moved different, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So the Chicago car really never had any issues, man. Like, people knew just to leave us alone, you know what I'm saying?
And with fair time, you got to do, that's 85% of the whole 100.
85%.
Okay.
You gotta do 85%, ain't no parole, nothing. So I came home 3 years early when Obama passed the drug sentencing law. They knocked some time off my sentence, basically saying like the drug sentences were too harsh because they're non-violent crimes. You know what I'm saying? People getting 20 and 30 years for fucking drugs. And you know, there's people out here like shooting people, getting out like in 10 years, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
yeah,
so, and that made a lot of people, it made people that had life sentences was able to come home. Now they had a date. That's the whole shit like with Larry Hoover. That's why he's eligible to come home. Like it's a way for him to get home.
That's what they trying to do.
He had a life sentence before, like you're not coming home. Now with the way they changed the laws, like he don't have a life sentence no more. But now it's like the judge has to agree, like, yeah, we can apply the new law to him now. It's like it's fucked up because they don't have to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what's going on, like with him. And luckily, like with me, like they approved it. You put in your application, you know, like for your 2-point reduction, and they knocked that time off me, and I was able to come home early.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's raw as hell. Now, a lot of people who don't know too much about the prison system, they hear the feds way worse than the county. Would you say your experience in there was rough as hell, like you seen all type of crazy shit? That's jail, period. But like I hear about like ARF being stabbed up.
Yeah, so it's different levels of security, right? There's the maximum security, medium security, low security, and then you got prison camps. Prison camps don't even got no fences around them. So I started off at a medium. I just missed the maximum security level. You know what I'm saying? But that means like any little fuck up in the medium, I would have got sent to maximum. And I never got to the max joint, to the USPs, but it was a lot of dudes that came down from the USPs. So I heard the war stories. And even the medium, like it's a motherfucker like got stabbed on my deck. He come in, shirt all bloody, Baltimore dude, you know what I'm saying? His own people fucked him up. The feds is not sweet, bro. Maybe when you get to like a low, definitely a prison camp, I'm gonna say the federal prison camp, that is sweet. Motherfuckers got cell phones in there.
Damn.
They eating food from the world. They getting pussy, all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's sweet. So when people say the feds, it's like, okay, what are you talking about? You talking to USP?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you talking about the FCI? Are you talking about the low? Like, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the USPs is ugly, bro. Like, motherfuckers is dying there. You got people with life not coming home. They don't care about killing the motherfucker. Like,
Damn.
the people that's in most danger to me is like the people that got 15, 20 years and they get sent there because it's dudes that done 20 years and they ain't never coming home. And here you come, fresh in, and you gonna be home in 10 years. So they looking at you like, I don't like you anyways, and then you going home, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't go home. Shit. If I decide, you won't go home either, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So, it's fucked up.
So man, I'm glad you made it through that shit, man, because a lot of people, like I see all the time, I even got a report on some of it, dying in jail, getting killed by dirty COs and different other shit that's going on. Especially the prison drugs, man. I heard that you can get in all type of shit. They got some shit called order that's going on. You ever heard about that?
No.
That order shit?
No.
That's like, go ahead. My fault.
When I left, it was the K2 shit.
Oh, they had that in there?
Yeah, and that shit was like, that shit was fucked up. And not even just the drugs, bro. Like, don't get sick in there. Because, like, them motherfuckers will let you die, bro. Like, they're not going to do nothing for you. It's a dude that was like, it looked like he just had like the flu or something.
Yeah.
And then they sent him to the hole, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
They talking about like they don't want him to get nobody else sick. He ended up dying, bro. Like whatever he had killed them. And it's like they just let him die. Like they ain't sent him to the hospital. Cause they thinking like, cause you know they always worried about security breaches. So if they don't have to take you outside the prison, they're not. Unless you like really dying and they see you're gonna die if they don't. So like motherfucker died in there. He only had like 2 years left.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's fucked up in there, bro. Like that ain't the place to be. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's still jail. You know what I'm saying? It's still jail.
Yeah. And was this around the time where they had the that dude in the feds downtown where they was scared he was gonna get a helicopter to come get him? They put that net on the rec yard?
Talking about the Mexican dude?
Yeah. Was that around the same time?
No, that was after.
Okay.
I had left already.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to get a year range. Because now, man, I want you to tell me about,
That's Chopper when?
Yeah, Chapo and son,
Like
it was somebody from
2016
Cartel.
and after.
It was his son. It was his son. Yep. But man, now tell me about that release date. When you got that release date, man, was that like some of the best news you heard in your life?
Hell yeah. It almost seemed like it wasn't real. You know?
Yeah.
It wasn't real. And then when I actually like walked out of that prison, because they drive you to the bus station. It just felt crazy to me. Like, damn, like I'm outside. I'm on the other side of this fucking fence. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they just leave you at the Greyhound station. I'm just like so much shit was going on in my mind, bro. It's like I didn't really feel comfortable until like a whole year after I came home. I was still just kind of like scared about going back.
Yeah.
Thinking I can't fuck up. I can't be late. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was fucked up, bro. That I think, I'm be honest with you, that was the hardest part of my time, was coming home. You know what I'm saying? Like mentally, like it fucks with you. Everything's different. You know, when I left, he was one. You know what I'm saying? I come home, he grown. Relationships is different. You know, everything is just it was just crazy for me. And I don't really got like no big family or nothing. So it kind of felt like I was just out here trying to figure this shit out on my own. You know, so it took me a while to settle in. That's why like I'm appreciative of like my situation now. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Man, that's raw as hell hearing that shit, man. Especially seeing what you're doing now. But when you was in jail, is this something you manifested, or what was your whole goal? Because it's like you came home getting on so much shit, like checking shit off the list. Like, what was your plan in that? Or was you just focused on coming home?
I was just focused on coming home and getting settled in, because like before I went to jail, we used to do real estate. You know, we had a record label, bro. We had like a distribution deal with Warner Brothers. Like we had Do or Die signed to us.
Oh, what's the name of that label? We can't go past that. We can't skip past that. What's
it
the
was
name
the
of that
Legion Records.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did songs with Kanye. Like we knew Kanye before he even dropped his first album. He was playing his first album in the studio with us. We went out to LA and recorded with him. He was already like blowing up on the producer side.
Yeah.
So I was into a lot of shit. And it's crazy because I never used to talk about it in jail. Because in jail you could be anything.
Exactly. That's true.
Motherfuckers just be lying for no reason. You know what I'm
all
saying?
them motherfuckers.
So then I'm like, I'm not even, like people won't even believe me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna leave it alone. It was I think he was a vice lord from out west. They used to be with Do or Die. He ended up getting to the same joint I was at. And he's like, Dre, what's up? He started telling people about the record label and all that shit, bro. Every rapper on the compound was coming to the unit, asking me for career advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, how do I get signed? And I'm telling them, bro, like that shit was back then.
Exactly.
All the information I have for you is probably outdated, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can tell you about what we did. I don't know how much of that shit's still valid. Same thing with the real estate. The same dude told like, man, them dudes used to be doing real estate. Like, they used to be getting money. Dude started asking me, man, you gonna do real estate again?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I've been gone for 10 years.
Exactly.
I don't know what the fuck going on out there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go out there and see what's going on, and I'm gonna just try to fit in wherever I can, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just gonna be what it is. And again, just little by little, bro. And it's funny because I ended up getting back into the real estate. I ended up doing something similar in the entertainment, which is like the digital media. So it was kind of like already in me, like, I kind of had an idea what we could do with this social media shit.
Exactly.
Like we can build something, bro. Like let's build like a little movement. You know, let's instead of music, like let's start doing some film shit. You know, so to me it was just an opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how long did you have Legion Records going on? Like how long was that like something that was a big focus of yours?
That shit was like for 2 years. We went hard. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of my homies shit that he was putting up like most of the bread. I was just there, supporting everything he did. Like he was the CEO, I was like the vice president, and just, you know, like something I was passionate about. And me personally, I put my heart and soul into that shit. Like I really wanted that shit to work. Because I was passionate about the music, about the culture, and I know, like, man, if we do this shit right, it can be life changing. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it didn't work out. The feds came and grabbed me like right after we had dropped our first release, and shit just started getting crazy. Like some shit started happening in the streets where like it just got fucked up. The street shit fucked the whole situation up.
As far as the record label?
The record label, yup. So that's what I'm saying. Like this, like I understand why people in the streets, But I know to me always is the goal, like not to have to be in the streets.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you're trying to make a real change in your life, real impact, and for real, if you wanted to get some real money, you got to figure out how to do it like the legit way. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Real gym. I'm trying to tell you, man, that's real shit.
Yeah.
Real shit. You ain't never lied about that, man, because that's the money that's gonna last when it's all said and done. But like you said, people was in there rapping for you when they found out about that record label. You ain't heard, I know you heard some talented motherfuckers in there, man.
I did. I heard a bunch of motherfuckers that could rap, but I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Cause the shit we was doing with the drugs was to make up for some of the money we spent on the music.
Gotcha.
And I looked at it as like, because of the music, I got back in the streets a little bit more than what I should have been. So I was like, fuck the music.
Exactly.
I had a bad taste in my mouth, so I didn't even want to deal with it, bro. It gave me a bad taste.
Right.
And you had so many gatekeepers back then, like the radio station used to be on some bullshit. It used to be so many motherfuckers like that could just control you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought that was some bullshit. So I was like, the music business ain't shit. Fuck the music business,
Yeah.
So, but they didn't know that. They come in like, oh, you had a label, whatever. So, like, I did hear some talented people, bro, but I just told them, like, hey, like, I ain't selling no dream. I was like, just get ready to work, bro. It's hard. It's a lot of competition out there. You got to do something like make yourself stand out. At the end of the day, you got to get people to rock with your shit. And if the people rocking with your shit, then you got something. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So when you came home, and you said that year was the hardest for you, around that time, did you pick up any odd jobs, like Burger King's, White Castle?
Yes, bro. Yes, so when I was in there in the joint, we had the weight pile stuff. So they used to give a class about how to be a personal trainer.
Okay, that's wrong.
So I went and I took the class, and I couldn't get certified because, like, if you had like a violence in your background, you couldn't get certified for that in there. Out here you could. So I took the class like 3 times because I used to be bored, you know what I'm saying? And I was I'm in there trying to work out. I used to keep hurting myself. So in there they teach you like how to work out the right way.
Gotcha.
How to be like efficient with your workouts. So I learned a lot when I came home. I got a job at a gym as a personal trainer. My homie got me in. He's like, hey, don't tell nobody that you was locked up. But I'm gonna get you in. But you really have to be like a salesperson.
Yeah.
Try to sell people training sessions.
Exactly.
And that was just, it wasn't in me to do that. I'm like, I came home from 10 years of like trying not to talk to people. Because in jail, you just talk to like your little circle, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now you asking me to just walk up to random strangers and talk to them, and I'm like, I can't do it. So I ended up quitting that job, and I got like a job in a factory.
Okay.
So I was working in a factory, and my homie worked at a factory. And I was like, bro, you can't give me a job with you? And he told me straight, like, man, they don't pay shit right here when you start. But if you want a job, I'll get you a job. I'm like, what they pay? Like $9 an hour.
Damn, back then too.
Yeah, so I was like, man, I don't give a fuck. Like, I need to get a job. And I ain't trying to be just around anybody you there. So I was like, I'm cool. I figured out. And yeah, I was like just on some janitor shit. Cleaning microwaves and shit, sweeping hallways, vacuuming. I had to buff this hallway. And I used to learn how to use the buffing machine in the joint. Like, that was my job. I used to have to clean the floors and shit. So I told dude, I know how to use that machine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I did shit like that. Like I said, bro, I knew I wasn't gonna sell drugs again. I didn't give a fuck what I had to do. Like, I'm not going back to the streets. And I also knew that shit wasn't forever.
Exactly.
I said, this is just for now while I'm figuring out what I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, was that your first job ever in life, coming home?
Yeah, I mean, I had summer jobs and shit when I was a shorty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the first time I ever had like a full-time job. Like get up, go to work. And yeah, it was humbling, bro. Real humbling for me.
Most definitely. So after coming home, about how long before this No Love or the Love City idea became like actuality?
Maybe like 2 years after I came home. 2 years after I came home, again, I was doing like the violence prevention, youth mentoring stuff. So I'm telling these people I work for, I'm like, man, I want to do a digital media program. Because the shorties into it, like, they did a lot of basketball programs and sports programs, and they had like buildings, but their buildings were in a little village.
Yeah.
I was on the other side, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
The shorties I worked with, they couldn't go over there.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, we can't do softball over here. You know what I'm saying? We can't do basketball over here. Let me try something with this. And they didn't understand what I was trying to do. So I was like, you know what? I really believed in what it could be. And plus, I wanted to do some. I felt like it's a chance for me to do something creative again. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it on my own. You know what I'm saying? So I bought my first camera. I started with an iPhone. Like the first year, I was shooting off a phone.
Damn. Okay.
That was my camera.
Where did you start?
I started what year was it, Dre? Like 2018? 2018. I'm shooting videos for some of the shorties in the neighborhood that rap.
Yeah.
You know, like, I took them to the studio because I'm like, man, you rap? I heard him rapping. And I'm like, who the fuck, like, whose song is that? That's Chief Keef's song? Who's that? He like, no, that's my shit. I'm like, you rap? Like, yeah. Like, you rap for real? Like, hell yeah, I write.
Yeah.
I'll show you my notebook. So he brought the notebook and showed it to me. I'm like, damn. I said, man, you ever been in the studio? And he's like, nah. So from my relationships from the music days, I made some phone calls. They're like, it's a studio on 47th and King Drive. Yep. That's free.
Oh damn, it's free?
It's free. So I used to take the shorties from the neighborhood over there and had them record for free. And I was like, man, if you do like 3-4 songs, you know, we're gonna take the best one and I'll shoot a video for you. So I'm thinking I'm gonna pay somebody like $200 to shoot it. Yeah. I start making phone calls. They talking like $600-700. Yeah. I'm working a job. I was like, man, I can't afford that. But I promised this dude like I'm gonna shoot him a video. So I was like, why don't we learn how to shoot them? Yeah. And once we learn, we can shoot as many as we want. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, you know, I started watching a lot of YouTube. You know, my phone shot in 4K at the time. And we got to work. And I started learning. And then next thing you know, shorties from different neighborhoods started hitting me up on Instagram like, hey, how much you charge for a video? Like, damn, like, they'll pay me. Yeah. I was doing this shit for free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, shit. Man, just give me $100, I'll shoot your video. Oh, shit. And then some of them, bro, like, once we locked in, like, I'll shoot with them one time. I know Shorty don't got $100, like, every month. Yeah. He might have saved that up, but I see him grinding, I see him working. I'm like, man, let me know when you got another song ready, bro. We gonna shoot that for you. Don't even worry about the money. You know what I'm saying? And then the word just started spreading, and bro, the shit just started growing. And then that's when I was like, I tell him my homie that kind of like was helping me learn a little bit. I'm like, hey man, how I get my shit to look like that? You know what I'm saying? For sure. And he's like, man, you need a real camera. The phone can only do so much. Exactly. I was like, how much money I need, bro? Like, you know, I'm a numbers guy. Like, how much all that shit cost? So I know what I need to go get. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, about $6,000.
Damn, he's talking about the good one.
The good one.
He ain't talking about the little.
Because I told him, I'm like, nah, I want my shit to look like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my shit to look official. So I went and got the money I needed, you know what I'm saying? And once I bought it, now I got this camera, now I gotta learn how to use it. So you see some of my first videos with the camera, the shit was kind of all fucked up because I gotta learn all the settings and all that. And bro, we figured it out, and that just gave us a whole different look, and it put us in a whole different category as far as like, as videographers. Because now our shit looking official, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm thinking like, I want to do more than just music videos. I always loved hip hop and rap because it told a story that I could relate to. And I always wanted to tell my story, but I couldn't rap. Exactly. But I used to be like, but I got a story too though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people around me got stories. Like, you think that's a good story that you heard in the song? Shit, I could tell you a story that's crazier than that. So I'm like, man, I want to shoot film. I want to do TV series. I want to do movies. Because now I don't have to know how to rap to do that. So that's why the film shit, like, I'm like, this where it's at. Now I can tell stories I want to tell. You know what I'm saying? And what I love about the film, that it takes so many people to bring a production to life. That's just more opportunities for people to come and jump on board, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So all these shorties that be coming to the program, I'm like, what do you want to do? Like, what interests you? Yeah. Do you want to act? Do you want to be behind the camera? Do you want to work sound? Do you want to edit? You want to help us with the lighting? You know what I'm saying? So it's so much different shit. You want to help write the stories? Like, what's your story? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You might have an interest. Let's write it. Let's shoot it. Exactly. So that's kind of like the whole idea behind Love City, where we at now, you know? Yeah. So you started off as a cameraman for Love City. Yep. And then when you shoot those music videos, because this is how Chicago shit go. Bunch of niggas, bunch of people, bunch of guns. Did you ever have some of them guns pointed at your face, man? No, so that's the thing about us that's kind of like where I drew the line, right?
Good.
Because at the end of the day, like, we doing violence prevention work.
Exactly.
And I always stood on what like my word was my bond for real in life. So I'm like, I feel kind of fake if I'm saying like I'm violence prevention and I'm shooting videos with a bunch of guns.
Exactly.
I'm already conflicted about you talking about what you're talking about in the song, like,
Right.
but I'm gonna meet you halfway because that's you know you telling your story or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But no guns, and we didn't we missed out on a lot of work. We missed out on a lot of opportunities working with like different artists because they wanted their guns in the video. Like, man, bro, like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. And we got to be known for that. Like, you already know Love City don't put no guns in their videos.
Exactly.
And once they seen like our quality, it didn't matter. Like, video's still gonna be dope, bro. Like, bro, I told a few artists like the video's still gonna be good without the guns. You know what I'm saying? So we shot. You know, it was one time where like we pulled up to a shoot, and I just assumed like everybody know about shoot. me and Dre, we walk in there. I swear they like getting hyped up for the video. We walk in, bro. It's like 30 guns. They in the kitchen, big ass choppers, switches, drums, and I told Dre like, damn, man, I forgot to tell him no guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, and dude that already gave me the money, so I had to like tell him like, man, I'm like, hey, check it out, man. Let me holler at you. And he like, hey, look, man, my bad, bro. I forgot to tell you like we don't shoot with no guns. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to send you the money back right now. My bad. Damn, for real, like, man, I had everybody pull up with their shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I see, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's like, damn, man, for real, bro? We can't just do like a quick little something. I'm like, nah, bro, we can't do it, man. Like, can't do it. And a little, I'm nervous a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I hope you don't get mad, you know, you got all these motherfucking guns, like,
exactly.
Because that's how I always wanted to think it, man. I'm like, shit, I used to be on that no gun shit too, back when I even did that shit. And
yeah.
I used to be like, well, shit, now I come here, I got $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of equipment. I make them mad about the gun shit. They might point one at me, and then next thing you know, now I'm the cameraman with the gun too. Like, I don't really.
So I was just like, man, I can't do it, bro. Like, you know, respectfully, bro, humbly, you know, like, hey, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody for you though that they'll do it.
Exactly.
And he's like, nah, bro, like, nah, man, like, I ain't make you come out here for nothing, bro. Like, we gonna shoot the video. He turned around like, hey, man, put the guns up. Ain't no guns in the video. They put the guns up, bro, and we shot the video, bro. In the same kitchen. They turned up the same way, just ain't had no guns, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was just like, you know, like, I'm a spiritual dude, bro, so I feel like I'm protected all the time. So I feel like something just probably came over him and just kind of like still made him want to work with us, you know what I'm saying? And where wasn't no, like, friction. And we ended up shooting more videos with him afterwards. You know, he liked how the video came out. Cool. And he booked us, he kept on booking us for videos, you know what I'm saying?
That's raw, man.
Yep.
That's raw. Because I see too many damn guns in the videos, man. It's repetitive. But so you went from shooting music videos to shooting film?
Yep.
That was the next step automatically? Because I see you doing interviews too.
Yeah. So I got like so that's the thing about once you learn how to like work the camera, video production, you can basically tap into all type of stuff. Yeah. And I just felt like it was people that I wanted to talk to and kind of like help them tell their story or just talk about like stuff that a lot of people that I feel might think is interesting, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't been doing it consistently because we never really had our own space. Yeah. We just recently got our own space. We got a 10,000 square foot warehouse that we're building out into like our own studio. So I'm gonna have a podcast set in there, and we're gonna be getting more consistent, like with the interviews, the podcast. So you know, I'm gonna have you on there
for sure.
and let people know what you're doing out here. You know what I'm
Okay, bet, man. Thanks for having me when you do have me. I'm excited for that, man. But so these films, you writing the script, you doing all that.
Yeah.
Setting up production, that's all you?
Yeah.
Or it's like, did you assemble a small team to give you? Because I see you got your son with you frontline. Is that something that y'all like tag team? Because that's raw as hell, man. Bringing in your kids is like some generational wealth type shit you setting up.
So I definitely got people helping me with the actual film production. You know what I'm saying? So helping me with shoot with the cameras, helping me edit. But the writing, a lot of this stuff is brand new to everybody around me. And again, I'm already used to people not understanding what I'm trying to do. Exactly. So I'm like, let me just show you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
So now I started writing. It's my first time trying to write. I'm on some, using Chat GPT, AI to like teach me how to like structure the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like using the tools that's available, bro. Because again, being gone for all that time, when you coming back, you seen all this shit that's available that wasn't available before.
Yeah.
And so you look at it different. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were if that shit just came along little by little, you don't notice how much shit is available to you that wasn't available to you 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So now I'm always looking like, what can help me? Oh shit, this AI shit, everybody's scared of it. I'm like, that shit gonna be dope. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have that shit help me do what I wanna do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I know once, I wrote the script for this series that we filming right now. Once we wrap that up, now it's gonna be people around me that understand it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, show me how you wrote that. Because I got an idea too. Like, that is how I did it. Now write your shit.
Exactly.
We gonna shoot that. You know what I'm saying?
That's wrong.
So I know it's a lot of good stories out of Chicago, bro, that ain't been told yet.
Oh yeah, a whole bunch. But one thing I wanted to speak on, when you was incarcerated, was you able to like see what was going on with Chicago, like the whole drill movement, Chief Keef, all that shit?
Only thing I was able to see was on MTV.
Oh, okay.
So that was another thing when I came home and I'm listening to the music, and it sounds so different. And everybody know it. And I was like, how the fuck I don't know this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, damn. I was just kind of like lost, bro. Like, what the fuck? It was just added to the confusion. Because it sounded so different from the shit that was around when I left. The shit that was, MTV might have played like Chief Keef, like Lil Sosa, Lil Durk, This What You Want. That's about the extent of it. I didn't hear all the other shit, like all the real drill shit that was going on out here. And I didn't know how much influence it was having on the whole country. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, again, I grew up in the 90s where, like, the New York artist was the influence on everybody else.
Exactly.
And I come home and, like, damn, everybody trying to be like the city. Like,
yeah.
Damn, that shit's raw as hell. Like,
did you like it? Like the new sound?
I like some of it. You know what I'm saying? But I like the movement.
Exactly.
I'm looking at the whole thing. I'm not, like, narrowing in on single artist. I'm just looking. I could see things like the big picture.
Gotcha.
And I was like, we need to tap into that. Because the whole world is watching Chicago now.
And still.
And we here. We live here.
Yep.
So let's give them something to watch too.
Exactly.
Us. Again, we not rappers, but we part of the city. We part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? We can help paint that picture. And let y'all know how it feels to be here, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the goal of like what we're doing with the films and stuff.
Okay. Yep. That's wrong. That's wrong. You went from shooting music videos, that started the whole brand. Started filming, that whole production, that's raw. Now, when you say production and stuff like that, do you actually have like actually getting these films distributed through a corporation, or you just put them straight to YouTube?
Right now, we're just doing the YouTube lick.
Okay.
And once, like anything, like once you build up a following and a demand for it, it puts you in a different position. Now you can start exploring like different options.
Okay.
You know, because you can come to the table with something. Hey, look, I got this show that's getting 300,000-400,000 views every time we drop. Let's do business.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But right now, it's like we got to prove ourselves first.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
So,
and with all that motion you had going on, my boy, how long did it take for you to get monetized? Because that's something, like everybody hear what's going on, but they don't know that back end behind it, but that's what they ultimately chasing. So how long was that process?
To get monetized like what?
Through YouTube.
So I think you need like a certain amount, like a watch hours, and really, my homie Beezy, he the one really been schooling me on like how the social media money works. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So as far as like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube paying, you know, and so he's taught me a lot about that. But I already know, like, let's figure out how to get this motion first.
Exactly.
And then we'll figure out the money side. You got to know right now off the bat, when you start, it ain't no money when you start. None. You know what I'm saying? You really got to build your brand, tell your story, get people to start fucking with what you're doing, getting people to start paying attention to what you're doing. Once you got that attention, now you can start thinking about, okay, how do I monetize this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right way. Now, I got to ask you about this, my boy, because this right here, this something that I think gonna shake up the city in the right way. I heard you got a nonprofit that's going on with the youth.
Yep.
Man, tell me about that, man, because that's my ultimate goal too. Like a life goal, I want to check off getting something for the shorties. And I heard you was already doing it. That's what made me want to tap in with you.
Yeah, so basically, like I said, I was basically doing Love City just on my own. We are all these neighborhoods, and what we stand on is like violence prevention, just trying to get shorties, trying to help these young people find a way through life, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But being in tune with what their life look like right now and not being afraid of it, mm-hmm. and not judging them for it, you know. So community leaders like church pastors, aldermen, they started taking notice like of the work I was doing. They started inviting me to community meetings, letting me speak about what I do. And then they was just like, man, you got to find some type of financial support because you doing this shit really with no money. I'm using gyms that they're letting me use. I'm coming into classrooms that they're letting me use. All this shit is for free. I'm helping these youngsters get summer jobs. I'm connecting with organizations that's already existing. But really nobody's like, we don't have money to do like what we really want to do. So the alderman started connecting me with different people in the community that wanted to help me.
The alderman?
The alderman, yeah.
Which one was that?
25th Ward Alderman, Byron Cicho Lopez.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
He connected me with some people in the community that was like, man, what are you trying to do? And I kind of gave him the idea of what I want to do. Kind of like, I just really want to do what I've already been doing, just on a bigger scale, and have money to buy like more equipment so we can involve more people. They're like, man, we need to go get some of this grant money that's out here.
Yep.
We need to build a nonprofit, and you need to be the executive director. You need to be the CEO.
Damn.
So I was just like, man, I don't know how to do that shit. They're like, we gonna help you. Do you want to turn Love City into a nonprofit? So I was like, man, if y'all stick around and help me until I'm get settled into my position as a CEO, I'm down. Don't help me set this shit up, walk away, and then it crumbles because I don't got the support I need. Because this shit's new to me. But I think that shit'll do more damage than good. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So they committed to sticking around. We started applying for grants, bro, and we got one of the biggest grants that the state offers. It's the R3 grant. And we just got extended. They gave us a 1-year trial run, and they just extended us for 2 more years, bro. So we're able.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, so we're able to get like all the equipment that you see. I was able to get like over like $150,000 worth of media equipment. We're able to rent out that 10,000 square foot warehouse now. This summer we employed like almost like 60 youngsters, gave them summer jobs.
Right.
Basically learning to do everything we're doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it definitely hasn't been easy. It's a little bit frustrating jumping through all these hoops they make you jump through, and like all the reporting you got to do and all the financial shit you got to learn. But bro, we figuring it out. We doing it. And man, we've been up and running for a year, and bro, we about to take this thing to a whole nother level, man.
Right way. Man, that shit would have brought a tear to my eye, man. They said, how you getting, even sit down with the alderman and have that conversation?
Bro, he found me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he was having a situation with some of the shorties in the neighborhood on a certain block, and I always kept it real with him. Like, look, I know a lot of people in the neighborhood. I don't know everybody. If you have an issue with some of the people that I know, I can go and talk to them. I'm not no gang chief or nothing. They don't have to listen to me. They can tell me to kick rocks. But I know they'll hear me out.
For sure.
So he had an issue, and the shorties he had an issue with, I knew him. So I'm like, let me go talk to them. And I came to them like, hey, listen, bro, like, it's hot over here, bro. They trying to get y'all locked up. The alderman don't want y'all getting locked up, but he can't allow to keep have this shit just keep going on.
Exactly.
Man, like, why don't y'all move around for like a week or two till this shit dies down and cools off over here? And again, y'all could do what y'all want to do. I'm just letting you know what's going on. I think it'll be a win-win for everybody if y'all just figure out a way to like cool to calm this situation down. You know what I'm saying? And the shorties heard me out. And they moved off the block, shit calmed down, and the alderman was like, oh shit, I never had those type of like, I never had that type of like connection or reaction from the community, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody's really in tune with these little dudes that's out here, because everybody just making them out to be the bad guys.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody really out here talking to them. Like, ain't nobody out here even trying to do nothing with them. So he was basically like, man, like, what do you need from me? How can I help you? And to be honest, I ain't even have an answer for him at first. Like, I don't know how you can help me. I don't need nothing from you, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then it got me thinking, like, now what the fuck do I need? What am I trying to do? So when he asked me again, I had an answer for him. And I want to do this program. Help me do that. I want to do a program about film. And that's when that start having them conversations. He started putting me in a room with certain people. And next thing you know, we built a nonprofit. And I'm the executive director, CEO. And they following my vision, which is crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I had to get used to that. Like, damn, I don't really got to check with nobody. Like, I forgot, like, it got to be my decision.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, your own boss.
So that took a little while to get used to. I'm just barely right now kind of like getting used to, like, all right. Because that shit come with a lot of pressure, too. If shit don't work, if shit go sideways, it's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I be on top of my people, like, hey, we gotta knock this shit out, bro. We gotta do this shit right. Because it's like, we getting a chance to prove ourselves right now. Yep. That we can run an organization the right way. We ain't just street motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? We got brains too, you know?
Exactly.
So that's where I be on top of everything I'm supposed to be on top of, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Damn. Yeah,
Track
Yeah, for sure. And then now we here where we are today, man.
Yeah.
No Love City. I keep saying that shit. Excuse me, man. Love City, man. And that shit, that's raw, man. How we started off, like the beginning of your story to where you at now, man. That could be a movie within itself, man.
Yeah,
if you want to sit back, you can make your own movie about yourself. All said and done, man. But let the people know where to find you. You covered everything for me. And just let them know what you got coming next.
Man, follow us on Instagram, man, Love City CHI. Follow us on YouTube, Love City TV. Man, go subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we're doing this TV series right now. We're shooting an 8-episode series. It should be dropping, you know, right after the new year. And we're going to drop it on our YouTube channel. So just stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Love City, man, we out here. We trying to show love to everybody. We trying to tap in with all the talent in the city and the west side. So, man, like, lock in with us. We got a home now. And yeah, man, you know, we out here just trying to spread positivity, trying to show love to the whole city, man.
For sure. Good looking, my man. Hey,
all right.
Appreciate you for
yeah.
fucking with me, man.
Yep.
For sure.
All right, peace.
Thank you.